Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to explore the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson. Before adventuring further, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Now, let's get started. The body of Kendrick Johnson, a student at Lowndes High School in Valdosta, Georgia, the United States, was found inside a vertically rolled-up mat on January 11, 2013. Johnson's family hired a private pathologist to do a second autopsy after a preliminary inquiry, and the autopsy determined that his death was unintentional and that he had suffered blunt force injuries. The Middle District of Georgia's U.S. Attorney indicated on October 31, 2013, that his office would begin a formal investigation into Johnson's passing. The Department of Justice declared on June 20, 2016, that no charges would be brought in connection with the death of Johnson. Johnson's family sued 38 people for $100 million in civil court, claiming that Johnson was murdered and that the defendants were complicit in a plot to cover up the crime, which they said implicated two FBI agents' sons. Later, that action was dismissed. The Johnsons and their attorney were ordered by Georgia Judge Richard Porter to pay the defendants more than $292,000 in legal fees after being accused of falsifying evidence to support their allegations. On January 11, 2013, Kendrick Johnson's body was found headfirst in the middle of a vertically rolled-up wrestling mat in the Lowndes High School gymnasium in Valdosta, Georgia. The body was found by other students who had scaled a group of mats that were around 6 feet, 1.8 meters, in height and 3 feet, 0.91 meters, in width. According to a Georgia Bureau of Investigation autopsy, Johnson died from positional asphyxia. Lowndes County investigators determined that the death was accidental. Authorities surmised that Johnson had died from being unable to escape after falling onto the mat while searching for a shoe. Johnson wasn't wearing shoes when he was discovered, but 3 Lowndes High School students told investigators that it was usual for some students to put their shoes under the rolled-up mats. Other students at the school mentioned that Johnson and he shared a pair of Adidas sneakers, and that following gym class Johnson would go to the mats, jump up, and toss the shoes inside the middle of the hole. The Johnson family cast doubt on this theory. Dissatisfied with the investigation's outcome, on June 15, 2013, they engaged William R. Anderson of Forensic Dimensions in Heathrow, Florida, to do an independent autopsy. According to Anderson, his research revealed signs of blunt force trauma to the soft tissues and right neck, indicating that the death was not an accident. Surveillance tape. Following a court order, 290 hours of security footage from 35 cameras that covered the gym area were given to CNN in November 2013. A forensic expert hired by CNN discovered that 2 sets of tapes from cameras had 1 hour and 5 minutes of missing material, while another set had 2 hours and 10 minutes missing. There were some apparent gaps in coverage that were later shown to be caused by improperly synced camera systems. There was no gap in certain parts of the footage, but there appeared to be one due to time-stamp discrepancies of up to 20 minutes between some independent camera systems during the same time period. The camera's motion-activated feature wasn't activated, which led to additional missing film. A shift in light pixels was used by camera systems to turn recordings on and off when there was motion. There were no security cameras installed in the area where Johnson's body was found and where the gym mats were kept. The Johnson family's attorneys voiced concern that the camera footage may have been altered as a cover-up. The Valdosta Daily Times examination of the camera systems, however, sought to explain the abnormalities and disproved the hypothesis of a cover-up by attempting to explain the irregularities. In their statements, the Johnsons' attorneys have not been entirely truthful, according to the president of the Valdosta Lowndes County SCLC chapter and the former SCLC chapter lead investigator. They also assert that there was no cover-up in this case. Later occurrences and court cases. Following the release of the private pathologist's report, Johnson's family declared their belief that their loved one had been killed. Benjamin Crump was hired by the family as an attorney. U.S. Attorney Michael J. Moore declared on October 31, 2013, that an official investigation into Johnson's passing will be launched by his office. Crump resigned from his representation of Johnson's parents and is no longer involved in the case after his permission to practice law in Georgia was denied. Johnson's relatives initiated legal proceedings to request a coroner's inquest over his demise. The family in the case urged that the Georgia governor quickly approve the investigation, after the judge postponed making a judgment while awaiting the results of the U.S. Attorney's assessment. The family then staged a rally at Atlanta's Georgia state capitol alongside the NAACP and other civil rights advocates. In a statement, the governor's office stated that they would be waiting for the U.S. Attorney's report. Body. Johnson's body had been filled with newspapers at some point after it was removed from the mat and had gone through a funeral home, according to the independent autopsy. Johnson's internal organs were allegedly destroyed through the natural process and discarded by the prosecutor before the body was sent back to Valdosta, according to the funeral home owner, who processed the body after the FBI's autopsy. The funeral home claimed they never received the organs from the coroner. The funeral home filled the hole that was created by that. According to the owner of the funeral home, this kind of void filling is a typical procedure, and sawdust or cotton can also be used in this way. Johnson's family lodged a grievance against the funeral home operator with a regulatory agency. According to a follow-up examination conducted by the Georgia Secretary of State's office, the funeral home did not adhere to best practice and other content was more acceptable than newspaper. However, the investigation found no evidence of misconduct on the part of the funeral house. A Secretary of State representative stated that the investigation concluded the funeral home didn't violate any rules. Subsequently, the Johnson family sued the funeral home in civil court, requesting financial compensation. Johnson's family asked and received permission from Valdosta municipal officials for his body to be exhumed a second time. A body excavated from Johnson was found on June 22, 2018. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exclusive insights into the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson. To make sure you never miss an update, be sure to click the notification bell. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the upcoming video.